Okay, so this week the Kickstarter campaign for The Humble Leader starts tomorrow on Wednesday. So I'm quite excited to get it going. It's been quite a lot of work to get it to this stage. I produced the manuscript, did a test print of 200 preview copies, which I've been working through, and shared those with a few people just to get sort of feedback on it. Some amends from that, including picking up the 3 typos which creep in, and pretty much ready to go now. The full first print run, it has an updated manuscript with the printer. Campaign will run for, I think, about 15 days, runs through till the beginning of June. And it's really a way of managing the first print run. Normally, I have been using more recently print on demand on Amazon for the social age guidebooks. And the reason for the Kickstarter is there's been a lot of interest around this work, and I'm not really sure what size a first print run needs to be. So Kickstarter lets me sort of manage some of the risk around it. It's been quite a challenge pulling it together because the cost of production of this book are a little bit higher than I really wanted, but I couldn't get the quality with a print on demand piece, and it's very much intended, it's only going to be available as this little hardback book because it's meant to be something you can sit down with a coffee and work through and write in and sort of share between people. So it's designed, it's written as an artifact, but that means that by the time you figure out the unit cost, that obviously drops down the more you do. So the Kickstarter again lets me gauge that, and also just wrapping it. Postage is just super expensive these days. It all gets quite complicated. So again, Kickstarter lets me sort of manage that process for the first run of 500, and then we'll sort of see where it goes from there. So I'm going to launch it tomorrow. That's going to be the big day. I am really excited to get it out there, although I've already found myself kind of responding to people on Twitter who've said, "Oh, you know, humility, what a sort of strange thing to be talking about." And I've said, you know, this isn't a book of answers. There's no truth in this book. It's not going to tell you what you need to know. It told me what I wanted to know. This is it's structured around my journey, my thought process over around 8 years around this topic. And I hope it creates a landscape through the 9 sections in the book for people to explore it for themselves. But I sort of cannot stress enough that I hope people cross out big swathes of text and write their disagreement and share their disagreement or their additions, what they want to add on to it. Because it's one of these words that is highly elastic. To some people, they know what it means with absolute clarity, but that doesn't mean they think the same as I do. So this is a way of exploring some of that elasticity. And at the end of it, you might come to a conclusion, it's just a fad, it's just nonsense, leadership isn't about humility. Or I hope for some people it will give them a guided journey, something of a structure to work through to explore the topic. But that's what we'll see. So it's going to launch tomorrow. So going to be my focus for a few weeks, just sort of pushing this out, getting this work out, and we'll see where we get to.